Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Mr. Adeayor. In this particular video, we are going to be selecting some over 1.5 goals predictions using our betting app. I'm sure already many of us already have this particular betting app because we've been using it frequently on this particular channel of recent. So we are going to use that to select games very similar to something like this, and we will surely be expecting something very good from that. Alright, by now I'm expecting all our subscribers to have this particular betting app, and this particular betting app does not require you to subscribe to anything, but I think most times they always include ads, and that particular ads is happens to be what helps them to run this particular betting app. But we are not concerned about about that aspect for now. So we are moving on to the machine aspect, and this particular machine aspect you guys can find it below this particular betting app for people that are just using this particular app for the first time. Now we are selecting the machine aspect now, and we are having each segment, and surely in this particular video we are going for the over 1.5 goals, and I'm going to select the event type. So we go for the event type. We are going for the over 1.5 goals, and we can find it here. So we click on that, and we move on to the next segment of days. So we are going for only tomorrow, and which happens to be Saturday, and we are moving on to the next segment, which happens to be leagues. So in case you have your favorite leagues to predict your games on, you can actually select them here. But in case for my own situation, I'm going for all leagues. Now I'm going to increase this particular numbers of matches into 20, and the odd range I'm going to leave it like that, and we move on to the aspect of the probabilities of possible outcomes of the games, and we are going to set that to 80 or 81% and above. Let's set it to 80. Alright, so now we have 80% to 100 possible outcome of games that we are expecting from this particular outcome. So we are going to select the search button so that it will generate games that falls under these particular categories that we selected. So I'm going to watch out, and this particular features of this app will be open for just 7 minutes. So guys, we have 20 games generated by this particular app, and out of this particular 20 games, trust me, you can be lucky to win everything, all the 20 games, because the total odd for these 20 games seems to be 15 odds, and that is because the thing generated what we gave it. Like, we decided to go for games that we are expecting to come out from the probability interval of 80% and to and above to 100%. But one thing about this particular thing is that the app will only generate the thing based on the probability of possible outcomes, based on the odds. Sometimes when the bookmakers are like allocating odds to games, there is a way that you can actually calculate the probability of outcomes using the odds. So this particular app, what it does is that it always calculates the probability of outcomes based on the odds allocated to it by the bookmakers. But there is a particular in-depth analysis that you guys should always make use of, so that you can extract out the games that have the high probability of outcomes. So normally Bolivia leagues, the score goes very well, so I'm going to include it in this particular video. Now let's move on. So this particular game, I'm going to leave it as over 1.5 goals, and I'm going to check that from the bookmakers platform. And let's check the odd under the Bolivia leagues. Alright, so now we are moving on to check the Bolivia leagues, and we are going for the game under that. Okay. Alright, so we are going for this particular game as we are going for it as over 1.5 goals, and let's see the odd. Unfortunately, the bookmakers are not providing that. Probably they just locked it. Alright, let us go and check the goal bound. Yes, they've locked the over 1.5 goals option, and we are going for the goal bound, and that particular goal bound means that the range of the goals that we are expecting in that particular game. Let's see if we are going to have that. Wow. All right, so this is the goal band. So I'm going to set this, since we are expecting more than one goal in this particular match. I'm going to set it from 2 to 5 plus, and the odd for that is 1.11 odds. Now let us move on to the next game. Alright, so this particular game under the Australian League, we know that Australian games they play goes very well, but I'm not gonna play it. I'm gonna delete this. And the next game, this particular game against Brisbane Roar, we are going for that too as over 1.5 goal. So Australian League, so the match. Alright, so we have the game here, and let's check the. Alright, so we have the odd at odd of 1.13 odd for the over 1.5 goals prediction for this particular game. Now moving on to the next game. So I'm not gonna play this particular game. We are skipping this. We are skipping this. We know that German league they play goals very well, but we are skipping this particular game. I'm skipping this. We skip this, skip this. We skip this. We skip all this one. Alright, so for Bayern against Mainz, I think this particular game has a high probability of outcome as over 1.5 goals based on in-depth analysis. Now let's check the odd for that too. Alright, so accurately we have the odd of that at odd of 1.17 odd for the over 1.5 goals of Mainz against Bayern Munich. Alright, now so moving further, we go for this particular game under the England League One, and we go for this particular game under the England Premier League. Liverpool against Fulham, and we are going for League One game. Peterborough against Crawley Town. Alright, so let's check the odd for them. So Liverpool over 1.5 goals, a total of 1.16 odd, and we are going for England League One. Alright, so we have the game here, and the odd a total of 1.14 odd. So we have five games already with equivalent to 1.94 odd, and I believe this particular process is the best, in selection of your sure daily 2 odds. Only if you happen to be a sports trader, that you have a plan, a budget towards how you play your games. Alright, now moving further, let's check what we have left. So we are skipping these games. I'm skipping this, I'm skipping this, I'm skipping this. Don't be surprised, I'll be skipping this also. Even though all these games, all these 20 games, they actually have the high probability of coming out as over 1.5 goals. Don't mind the process that I'm using, but this particular app cannot always be even 99%, but at least 95%. So the process is just to save your ticket, and there is a particular way that you can actually check the stats, the head-to-head, and so many things like that to confirm if a particular game is actually the best to go for as of 1.5 goals. And that's why I'm trying to include that, because if we should include all the process now, that is going to take a lot of time. So the last game that we are going to be predicting out of this particular 20 games seems to be under this particular German second league, and the match between Darmstadt and Kaiser blah blah blah, I don't know their name. So this particular game, let us check it under the German league 2, and let's see what we have there. Okay, we should have it up here. All right. Okay. All right, so softly with just 6 games we are able to accumulate our 2 odd using the over 1.5 goals betting strategy. Just 6 games, and that is our today's show too odd. So in case you have any question regarding to this particular process that we've taken, drop it in the comment section, and if there is a need for any clarification, we are going to provide that. And also, if you are just joining us, make sure you subscribe to this particular channel for more daily tips and daily process of how to predict your games successfully. See you guys in the next video. Bye.